Hello and welcome to another AIC video. I'm doing another gaming video on my T495 with my Ryzen 5 3500U processor. I did some games last time, but realized I was remiss and missed a couple that I think people would want to see. First and foremost is what we're playing here, which is Genshin Impact. I've never played this before, so forgive me if I look like I don't know what I'm doing. It's because I don't. Uh, I've had a lot of people ask me about this game in the past, and I've never really played it because it didn't seem to hold much interest for me. And I'm kind of sad about that because it actually seems like a pretty fun game. Definitely in line with, say, Link, Breath of the Wild, Zelda Breath of the Wild. It has a lot of that same feel to it as far as how you interact with the world and the creatures and stuff. So I'm not complaining about that at all. So you'll have to forgive me because, like I said, I don't know what I'm doing. I literally loaded it for this game. Uh, FPS on this is pretty low. We're getting 20 frames per second, which is not great. But it is playable. Go ahead and look at the settings here real quick. You have to forgive me, the controls are a bit weird because they're like Nintendo's controls and I'm using an Xbox controller. There we go. So we have custom graphic quality is custom 1920 by 1080, brightness, FPS, was we're not hitting the 60, we're barely getting 20 in the game. Let's go ahead and set this from custom down to low. So it looks like I'll have to restart the game here. Let's go ahead and do that. I'll be right back. Alright, so we're back, and we were getting like a solid 20 frames per second before. Now we're getting 22, 23 frames per second, so that didn't really improve much. But I would still say that this game is fairly playable if you are not super set on having the best gameplay, or if this was your only computer and it's what you could afford. I don't think you'd be super unhappy with this. My biggest thing is the temperatures are pretty low, a lot lower than I was expecting. Now I did repaste this after I got it. I do that with all of my computers because by the time I get them, they're typically a few years old, and that thermal paste is pretty worn out. I do use Noctua thermal paste, whatever their main paste is that you get, their coolers and stuff. I just keep buying that because it seems to work great and it's not super expensive. So FPS, oh, we're up to not quite 30 FPS here, but close. Not a lot going on in the background, but the temperatures are really nice. They're staying under 70 degrees, so I'm not worried about the laptop overheating or thermal throttling here. I do have OBS running in the background, which if you weren't running OBS, I would think that you would get a better rate. Cut to a cutscene.
Look at that! Don't be afraid. It's all right now. I'm back. Is he talking to a dragon? Who's there? That was got blown away. Luckily, Paimon managed. Just what was that? Paimon thought we were gonna get eaten. It definitely has something to do with that weirdo who was talking to the dragon. Of course not. Oh, what's that? There's some kind of shiny red thingy on the big rock over there. Let's go take a closer look. Be careful. Paimon doesn't have a good feeling about this. Paimon's never seen a stone like this before, so Paimon can't tell what it is. All Paimon knows is that it's dangerous. Best we put it away for now. Okay, we've got it. Now let's get out of here.
Alright, we'll go ahead and switch to another game here and see if our performance is any different. Alright, so we'll go ahead and play Fortnite here. I don't know why that wasn't recognizing me hitting the Y button. Check our settings here real quick. Settings, graphics, mirror textures low, disable. So I think we're about as low as we can go on the settings. You'll have to forgive me because I'm a terrible Fortnite player. I typically don't play it. But we are doing quite a bit better than Genshin Impact. That was about 20 frames per second. We're actually getting, what, over 30, 40. I've seen as high as 50 on here. Can I take this car? Just drive off into the sunset. I don't know if you don't want to try to be too serious with this in any kind of competitive game. kill the car? No. Yeah, we're hovering around that 30 frames per second, so that's pretty good. Much better than I was expecting for sure. Again, I do have OBS running in the background. Temperatures are looking pretty good. 68 degrees on the GPU and 68 on the CPU, since they should be the same, since they're the same package or die in this system. They're not separate devices. We're sitting at 90+% utilization on both of them for the most part, dropping to the 80s periodically. So we're definitely using the system as much as it can be used. So this is hopefully a good representation of something that people want to see on here. I'll go ahead and exit out of this game and leave you guys to discuss down in the comment section. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day.